Hello, HQ Unicorns! Now, we can't go a day without our phones, so can you imagine an entire world without them? Shock! Horror! But that's how we were living 200 years ago. Today is the day the patent for the first telephone was handed out back in 1876. It was a close race, but it was snagged by one of our own, Scotsman Alexander Graham Bell. I'm Sharon Carpenter. I will be your orator and operator this evening. I want to give a shout out first to some of my HQT pies out there. Oliver Hawkins, Nick and Babs, Toby Firth, the whole of Polgate, I owed you guys. Chuck Thomas, Adam and Kyra, and Reese Hart from Plymouth. Hello everyone, and good luck. I might give some more shout outs later, so stay tuned for that. This, of course, is HQ Trivia, the real reason Bell invented the telephone. Those phones were set up very differently, so let's go over the rules, just to be safe. I'm going to ask you a series of questions ranging from easy to hard. You have 10 speedy seconds to tap in your answer. You get it correct, and you keep playing. Make the right call on all 12, and you win, or you split the prize. Tonight's tantalizing top-up is $750. Just think what you could do with that credit. You could finally get that cracked screen fixed, maybe get a fancy diamond-encrusted phone case, or really splash out and spend 10 minutes on hold to tech support. Okay, enough chit-chat, my lovelies. Let's get answering some cues. Here we go. Q1, a personal organization thought above criticism is called a sacred what? Green tea python, hippopotamus, cow. Python, hippo, or cow? Above criticism. Sounds like some criticisms there, though. You're free to criticize a hippo, but he won't like it, or you won't like it when they fight back. Milking this status for all they're worth. It's cow. Sacred cow. And holy cow, how many of you guys tapped that one right? We're about to find out any minute now. I can feel it. I'm feeling good about this one. And those numbers are about to pop up any minute. In the meantime, the phrase most likely originates from the Hindu belief that all cattle are sacred. No wonder dairy is so divine. All right. I don't know how many of you players got that one right, but we're going to move on to Q2. You may know. Okay, what name is given to a type of rest in snooker used to raise the cue above the ball? Spider, tarantula, daddy longlegs. Type of rest in snooker raises the cue above the ball. A spider, tarantula, or daddy longlegs. I'm not a big fan of any of these creepy crawlies, but even I have to admit their namesake is very handy indeed. Incy, wincy, spider is your answer. 18,046. There we go. I see numbers now. 18,046 of you arachnophobes got that one correct. It's typically used when the cue ball is in an awkward position and the player needs to strike it from above or for a good scare. All right, I've got to give another shout out now to some more of our lovies. Lauren and Ian, Taz and Beefy, Rory and Harriet and the University of Exeter crew. And a very happy birthday to Haj and Isaac McPherson as well. Hope you both had an awesome day. Back to the questions. Q3, which of these dishes shares its name with the statesman who defeated Napoleon? Cumberland pie, Banbury cake, beef Wellington. A statesman who defeated Napoleon. Unless they came in child portions, all of these dishes could defeat the little tyrant. Duking it out, it's beef Wellington. That's who it is. Knives and forks at the ready for 16,920 of you. There's no certain connection between the beef and the Duke, but rubber wellies are based on his 19th century victorious footwear. Q4, which of the following is an onomatopoeic word? Tone, melody, buzz. Onomatopoeic. How many times do you say that in a day? Which one is an onomatopoeic word? They're all sound-based, but only one sounds just right. Good on social media. Bad in your ears is buzz. Buzz is the word we're looking for. 14,284 of you are buzzing on that round. Nice work. An onomatopoeia is a word that sounds like the noise it's describing, but sadly nothing makes the noise onomatopoeia sound any good itself. All right, let's put the show on hold just for a moment. I want to know, what song would you happily sit on hold to hear? Something catchy and uplifting, maybe get pumped with a little Pumps Gucci Gang, some Rage Against the Machine, or the HQ theme tune. Don't you just love it? What song would you want to hear when you're on hold? All right, on to Q5. Teams from which country have won football's Champions League every year since 2014? Spain, Germany, Italy. Spain, Germany, or Italy every year since 2014. Past 3-4 years there. They've got a stash of Champions League trophies, but the country dominating the tournament in recent years, it's España. It's Spain. 11,199 of you dominating this game right now. Barcelona and Real Madrid have been passing the trophy back and forth for the last 4 years, starting to turn into La Liga 2.0. Q6, which sport did Jack Black's character train for in a 2006 comedy set around a monastery? Kung Fu, wrestling, Taekwondo. His character trained for in a 2006 comedy? He learned Kung Fu as an animated panda, but that was in 2008. From monastery cook to luchador in Nacho Libre, it's wrestling. 3,000 of your body slammed that one, but that was a savage question right there. We lost 7,000 players. It was not Kung Fu. That was a tricky one right there. Now, the film is loosely based on the true story of Friar Storm, a Catholic priest come masked Mexican wrestler. Hello out there in the chat to England, Dorset, Cornwall, Bracknell, Leeds, Windsor, and all of the Yorkies. Hi to Scotland, Inverness, Dundee, Edinburgh as well. Swansea and Belfast, you guys too. All right, it's a full house. Back to Q7. Who wrote the first royal Christmas broadcast delivered on the radio by George V in 1932? Rudyard Kipling, Graham Greene, George Orwell. That first ever Christmas broadcast? One of the many perks of royalty is having geniuses write your speeches for you. The man who would be king for one speech at least is Rudyard Kipling. That's who wrote that speech. 1,459 of you slayed that question right there. King George was so nervous that a cloth was draped over his desk, muffling the sound of anxious paper shuffling. Yeah, he was a little nervous about that one. Q8, which of these events does not take place in January? Candlemas, Burns Night, Australia Day. Which one doesn't take place in January? What do you think? We've got 2 birthdays here, but we ain't looking for either of them. Getting lit on February 2nd, it's Candlemas. That's what we're looking for. 708 of you are keeping the game lit right now. Candlemas is a Christian festival commemorating the presentation of Jesus at the temple. I didn't realize PowerPoint was around in 0 AD. Q9, which of these figures has not been a host of the game show that ends with a conundrum? Des O'Connor, Nick Hewer, Bradley Walsh. Not been a host of the game show that ends with a conundrum. Which one of these figures? Quite the conundrum we have here. He's the host of The Chase, but you won't escape his infectious laugh. Is Bradley Walsh, with the famous laugh right there. 548 of you laughing, one step closer to the bank, one step closer to winning that bank. Hewer and O'Connor have both hosted Countdown, which ends with players solving a 9-letter anagram to win a teapot. Teapot. Good old daytime television. All right, shout out to all of my plumbers in the chat. Lots of you out there. Lots of plumbers in the chat. I wonder why. Q10, which of these 7th generation consoles was released first? PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, Wii. Which one was released before the others? Which one's the youngest? Or the oldest, should I say. The Wii promised to keep us fitter, but that means we needed to get fatter first. Less of a circle than advertised. It's the Xbox 360. That one was released first. 244 of you X marks the spot for you. Having an Xbox 360 made you cutting edge in 2005. Waiting until the next year for the others, pretty dull. Q11, a 13th century castle made famous by a Lord Byron poem is situated where? The Black Forest, Lake Geneva, Dubrovnik Old Town. 13th century castle made famous by a Lord Byron poem. Where is it though? Lord Byron wasn't the only one to find inspiration here. The source of The Prisoner of Chillon and the mountains on the Evian logo. It's Lake Geneva. 116 of you swimming over to the bank. Are you fully hydrated? Because we're moving on to the final round. 116 players left in the game. 750 USD up for grabs right now. But who's going to be victorious? Q12, struggling country singer Vince Gill turned down a spot in which British band before hitting it big? New Order, The Specials, Dire Straits. Vince Gill turned down which band? Now, we're often told the key to success is just say yes, but Vince said no. And just look at him now. He won 1 or more Grammys every year in the 90s. But you'll be winning big tonight if you chose the band that he turned down. That band is Dire Straits for the win. And we have 78 winners, my lovelies. Congratulations to our 78 winners. That is a large amount of winners right there. Well done. We have Ian Wright, Gigi Mango Lee, who I don't know what's going on there in your Abby. We've got H. Andrew Ken, Shed 7, each of you taking home $9.62. What are you going to do with all of that cash? Right there, you could get yourself some beef Wellington if you're a beef eater. Maybe save up for a trip to Lake Geneva or just buy some Evian, which is cheaper, and the same scenery right there. Lovely mountains. Okay, another great game, my lovelies, and some great calls on that whole music as well. As always, hit me up on the socials right here. Tell me how you got on today, which question cut you off, or did you make it all the way to the end? Are you a winner, one of our 78? Let me know. That's it for tonight, HQT Pies, but call back again tomorrow at 2 p.m. GMT, of course, for a chance to win some Mega Dosh, another $750. All right. Now you hang up. No, you hang up. Okay, I'll hang up. Bye. See you tomorrow.